Welcome. We are so glad that you're here to pray with us this morning. Given that this week we are celebrating Thanksgiving, I thought it might be interesting to look at exactly the practice of giving thanks. The idea, as I mentioned, of gratitude journaling has become prominent in both religious and secular thinking, and studies have shown that it is a significant aid for people with mental health struggles like depression. Whether or not that has a particular benefit for you personally, the practice of giving thanks is as old as time. And it is very good that regardless of where people are coming from in terms of their faith, the world is waking up to its far-reaching importance on a broader scale. So today we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to read a psalm of thanksgiving together. Then we're going to talk a little bit about what the practice of gratitude can look like and some insights from Voskamp and her really great book, 1,000 Gifts. And then we're going to listen to one of my favorite songs, which I think is a really beautiful gratitude journal. It's a 9-minute journal of gratitude in the form of a song. And then we'll have a few minutes as well to kind of practice our own before we listen to the song, because I don't know, the song I would want to have done mine before I listened to the song. So this exercise, as I mentioned, Voskamp has helped me a lot with it. And a lot of the pieces that I'm going to share with you, I found in her book, and I just wanted to be able to pass them along, especially this week of Thanksgiving. So let me share my screen really quickly. So we're going to look now at Psalm 111, and I'm just going to read it out loud while you guys look at it together. I wanted to be able to fit it all in one screen, so the formatting is a little wonky here, but that's okay. So I'll read it aloud, and I'll leave some beats for silence in between a couple of the lines too. Praise the Lord. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart, in the company of the upright, in the congregation. Great are the works of the Lord, studied by all who delight in them. Full of splendor and majesty is his work, and his righteousness endures forever. He has caused his wondrous works to be remembered. The Lord is gracious and merciful. He provides food for those who fear him. He remembers his covenant forever. He has shown his people the power of his works, in giving them the inheritance of the nations. The works of his hands are faithful and just. All his precepts are trustworthy. They are established forever and ever, to be performed with faithfulness and uprightness. He sent redemption to his people. He has commanded his covenant forever. Holy and awesome is his name. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All those who practice it have a good understanding. His praise endures forever. So that is one example of a very, very early gratitude journal. And in fact, a lot of the Psalms are like that. So I wanted to share that just as a very early and wonderful and beautiful example of a way that one person's heart overflowed with gratefulness for who the Lord is, what the Lord does, on a very sort of macro scale. In her book, Anne Voskamp cites a few things, and I just wanted to share some of my early takeaways with you that sort of helped direct my thinking around gratitude a little bit better. It just made the idea of practicing gratitude richer and deeper as I thought about these things. So the first thing that really struck me is a quote that is shared in the book, and it's from an Orthodox priest, Alexander Schmemann, who said, he's from Estonia. He said, if the church is in Christ, its initial act is always the act of thanksgiving, of returning the world to God. And it was that last part of that really caught my attention, which is the act of thanksgiving is the act of returning the world to God. And what really caught me up with that was the idea of sort of free will. Free will being the gift that God gave all of us, that we get to choose God every day or for our whole lives, or in certain moments. And when we do choose him, it's the act of returning the gift that he gave us of agency and, the ability to choose. We give that huge and seminal gift back to him. And that's how we can really thank him for the lives that he's given us and the way that he constructed how we go about the world. Because I think all the time about how free will is sort of the linchpin of love. And he gave us the ability to love him fully because he gave us the ability to choose to love him. And to choose to love him every day is a really wonderful act of thanksgiving. So I really love that quote, and I wanted to kind of share that with you. The second part that is mentioned is the idea that Thanksgiving always precedes the miracle. So the act of Thanksgiving is, if you look at the Eucharist, you always have a giving of thanks before the elements are blessed. So every time in the liturgy, the whole arc of the liturgy is Thanksgiving and then miracle. And not to say that every time you give thanks, some miraculous thing is going to happen, but there is a demonstrated pattern for that. And when we give thanks, we can expect miracles to happen because the Lord set that precedent. And it's a really sweet thing to be able to kind of not count on it, but know that wonderful things are happening, whether or not we know about them. And maybe it's not, Christ's body formed out of bread, in this miraculous transformation, but just the idea that when we give thanks, from the smallest, most minute thing that we're not even aware of to the largest, most cataclysmic and life-changing miracle, those things are possible in the Lord. And the third thing is just writing it down. Writing down the things that we're grateful for is an act of receiving. And those are so important. So I just wanted to think about the practice of actually categorizing and taking the time to perform the act of thanksgiving and receive what the Lord has given us in the form of writing it down. Just, Lord, I acknowledge that you've given me this, and I'm going to write it down because I want to remember. I want to remember this beautiful gift that you've given me. So that's just another important thing that I've taken away from this time. So, yeah. I don't know if there's too much more. Okay, yeah. So why don't let's take 5 minutes right now, and you guys just try to kind of write a few things that you might be grateful for in this moment. And I've included a few prompts here. Whether or not those are helpful for you, it doesn't matter, but let's take just a few minutes right now, and you can just start writing things that you might be grateful for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And we're going to go ahead and transition to a little piece of this. I hope you all had a good moment to get started. I'm going to go ahead and play the song that I was thinking of. And you guys can just keep journaling throughout the song too. I think the song for me is a really great prompt as well. It's just a beautiful story of thankfulness. Many of you are probably familiar with it. It's an Andrew Peterson song called Don't You Want to Thank Someone? And it's about 10 minutes long, so it's going to basically just take us right up to the end of our time. If we have any minutes left, when the song is over, I'll close us in prayer, but that'll kind of be how we go out today. So I hope you just enjoy the song, and it'll take me a minute to tee it up, but just keep writing if that is how you feel led, or just listen to the story of Andrew Peterson's questions about how wonderful the world that he sees despite its brokenness is, and how it just sort of elicits this overwhelming gratitude in him.
Can't you feel it in your bones?
Thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you have a very great, wonderful Thanksgiving. If it's fun for you to be with family or not so fun for you to be with family, I hope that whatever this time holds for you is good. And I hope that you find a lot to be thankful for this week and moving forward. So thanks for being with us this morning. Blessings on your day.